Welcome to 032 Conversations, the podcast where we talk to creatives, see how they live, and how they do their work. I'm your host, Carlo Villarica. A few weeks ago, a couple of friends of mine, I had coffee with a couple of friends of mine because they had a product that they wanted publicity for. And then they wanted to talk to me about hosting an event and inviting bloggers slash influencers. Yeah, influencer now is a little bit of a dirty word if you notice. Like, isn't everybody sort of an influencer? So there's some backlash on that right now, but it just occurred to me that there's a lot of questions about how these things work. Like when we first started 032, we didn't know this, but when we first started 032 and started getting traction as a website, we got invited to all of these press cons, restaurant openings. And then, to be honest, at first it was fun. We got to go there, get some free food. But at some point we realized that number one, we were obligated. We weren't forced to, but we were obligated to write about these places, even if sometimes, we didn't like the place. And also, we noticed another thing where it was basically the same people being invited over and over again. And it became clear to us that, in a way, especially this was when we first did it was in 2011, 2012. So this is 6 years later, and it's kind of exploded, especially with Instagram and Facebook, where these days you don't even need a website. You just need like a good following on Instagram. And so I wanted to talk to somebody who's been doing this for a while. And I decided to talk to Issa Please. That's her internet name. Her real name's Issa Perez, but we'll refer to her as Issa Please. And Issa Please is I really enjoyed our talk together because the nice thing with her is that when you look at her online anyway, you really do get a sense that she's a real person. She's not posting like a pretty picture and then, a quote taken out of nowhere, from Google or something, saying like, when you look up to the sky, just be grateful and happy, #blessed. With her, you really do get a sense that it's a real person, and she does share her life online. And so I wanted to talk to her about that, about being a blogger and how companies get to deal with bloggers or people online with big followings. Like, what are the ins and outs? What are the do's and don'ts? What should they be looking out for? And the other nice thing about talking to Issa, she's very candid. We talk about how sometimes your follower count doesn't matter. These days, engagement doesn't even matter because you can fake that too. There are ways to buy followers. So, what to look out for when reaching out to a content creator online. All right, so we get into that in this 032 conversation. But first, a shout out to everyone who shared the podcast the last few weeks. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys, showed your support by sharing the podcast online. Shout out specifically on Twitter to @Aldrich himself. He tweeted and he put us in the same tweet with some of the biggest online names in the internet. Oh, biggest online names today. So this was his tweet @Aldrich himself. My playlist for today, starting up with @GaryV, mixing it up, and then ending with @032 Cebu. Awesome so far. Thanks, bye. We got in the same tweet as Gary V. This is not Gary V, the singer, by the way. This is Gary V, Gary Vaynerchuk. If you haven't heard of him, look him up. He might not be for you, but he'll probably blow your mind. All right. So before we get to the conversation, first of all, let me know if you want me to interview anybody. I would. Uh, if there's somebody that you think is doing great work, it would be a good conversation. Send me a message, and maybe I'll reach out to that person. And second, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast if this is your first time listening to 032 Conversations. All right, let's get to the conversation with Issa Please. Actually, believe what you're doing in terms of your podcast, because it's what, Sunday 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook Live pag yun. And then I feel like that level of, it's like I can do like a once a week, which is what this is. It's a once a week thing.
Yeah.
But I can't commit to a set schedule every week.
It's hard though, especially now. Like, now is like the hardest. So, I think I'm just gonna do it like twice a month na lang. Hindi siya kaya good.
But why don't you just do it ng more pre-recorded na lang like this?
I want to do pre-recorded. Like, I probably will para to make up for the times nga I'm not live. But a lot of the people don't really know what a podcast is pa. So I'm trying to get them to know what it is. So what the podcast does, I do it live. Para sa magana ang mga tao to come on the show. Okay, a lot of them are YouTubers, so they like the attention, they like and kind of tanaw nila and they get to interact with them also.
Yeah, because I noticed your show is very kinda like, somebody will comment and then you'll acknowledge it, or sometimes I'm sure there's like a question.
Yeah, there's always like questions, or they have like their stories to tell, so you read it on air. Yeah, marag I do it live para if it's a really interesting topic, they'll be like, oh, sayang nga, I wasn't able to catch it online during live. I'm at work, I can't really watch it. And then they download the audio. So it's kind of like, that's how akong style for them to start learning what a podcast is. So I'm I listen to Issa's podcast. Basta na ilaing podcast here ganindot. Naging anak gani.
Wait, do you listen to a lot of podcasts?
The last time we spoke, I said that I didn't listen to any. But then I was already listening to like TED Talks. But like, I'm not like the type of person who's ganahan kay kind of inspirational stuff. Like, I can only like listen to it very often. But I really listen to TigerBelly.
What's that?
He's I really like stand-up comedy. Like,
okay.
I super duper love stand-up. So I watch a lot of stand-up, but out of the podcast, I really like TigerBelly. It's Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and his girlfriend is Cebuana, si Kalayla Kun.
Mo ba?
Taga CIS before.
I have no idea.
She used to swim.
I just listened to a podcast with Bobby Lee. Pete Holmes' podcast. It's called You Made It Weird, and he interviewed Bobby Lee for like 2 hours or something.
You should listen to his podcast. Like, that's the only thing I listen to. Buang kay ko ana niya. Like,
when do you listen to podcasts,
when I'm driving, when I'm working, so most of the time, like when I'm at home, not really, because Paulo doesn't like listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
And like, he doesn't like stand-up comedy either.
Okay.
So it's just like, it's just really my thing, dude.
Well, same and so with me. Like, I feel like, for me, I only listen to podcasts when I'm either driving, I'm doing mindless work.
Yeah.
Like, just...
Like, just tasks, you don't really need to pay super, like, attention
Exactly.
to. Yeah.
Or if I'm, like, in the kitchen or something and nobody's around.
Yeah.
And it's not noisy. So, like, I actually haven't met a couple who both listen to podcasts. But I feel like, I don't know, I started doing this because I really got into podcasts. If you look at my phone, I must have like 20, I must be subscribed to about 20 plus podcasts.
Yeah. I'm still trying to find like a podcast that I like. There's one I still have to listen to. They're from the States. It's called Almost 30.
Okay.
So it's like we're a couple of girls and they just talk about like being almost 30 years old and like adulting and stuff like that. So I might like it. There was one I liked. I can never remember the name. It's basically about like their human interest stories. So it's about them coming out of the closet. It's mostly about being gay. So I like stories like that. I just like listening to people's struggles and like, I don't know, it's weird. I like that one. I just can never remember the name. It's just like on my podcast list.
But there's a bunch of I feel like the podcast right now, there's two categories. There's one where it's like this, where it's interview, where you're just talking, it's a conversation.
Yeah.
And yeah, the other one that I like listening to are the ones where Grabe ka produced. Have you encountered those?
Like Joe Rogan's?
No,
or...
that's just an interview podcast.
Yeah.
What I mean by Grabe ka produced, like there's a story, there's a journalist, they're interviewing several people.
Ingana ang katong the LGBT one. Yeah, because like she's like, today I'm gonna tell my mom that I'm gay and she's Chinese. Very strict community niya. The mom didn't know nga naadi ay ang recording device. Yeah.
Huh? She hid their mobile.
Yeah, but phone yung gigamit or something.
Yeah, you can hear
the... the mom's far away na just someone gusto man kag babae nga babae man ka. Yeah, okay, like, interesting.
Okay, so they're right now anyway, they're basically podcasts are either that or the kanang format nga storya. Yeah, I like listening to both. No, and yeah, like really good ones kung mag-produce kayo. This American Life. The number one downloaded podcast ever, at least a year ago, is a podcast called Serial.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard of that?
No, what's that about?
Imagine like one of those Netflix episodes or whatever, no? But it's a podcast. And it's a crime podcast, and they were talking about a crime that already happened.
I'm gonna listen to that.
Yeah, Serial season 1. Most downloaded ever.
Is it like a Buzzfeed Unsolved in anak nga style, but it's like audio?
I suppose. I'm not sure what Buzzfeed Unsolved is.
It's about like this one is like about unsolved crimes and mysteries. Well, this is a little different because it's very visual. Like, oh, let's go to the place where this happened.
Sort of, but audio. But it was already, the interesting thing was, it already happened. The guy was already in jail. So she was interviewing him. He was in jail na. And then, as the episodes came out, the newer ones were like, okay, because we released this episode 2 weeks ago, there's a new thing that happened in the case. So because of the podcast, people started looking into the crime and seeing if he really did it.
Oh my god!
And then
it's like katong how to make a murder, making something katong.
Similar.
Yeah. Kana. Where he didn't do it kuno, and when he came out, matay na kuno.
Making a murderer. That white guy.
Yeah.
Super. What's that name?
Katong where he was kind of dumb. Also,
yeah.
Believe
that was super. That was really good.
I know. I used to, I really like mangingana. Just like they don't have time. So, say bugat kay siya. I'm like, crap, I'm too into it. So I just need something fun. So that's why I listen to TigerBelly. He's a comedian and he calls Filipinos like mud river people. Like my beautiful girlfriend from the mud rivers of the Philippines.
No, Babili is funny. I've seen a few videos of it.
And I like kanang binuang manggod kaayo good. It's very light. So when I'm driving, I'm like, especially on the way to a client and you're so stressed and I just need something that'll make me laugh right now. It's not ha ha ha, but like, I can't believe you said that. Ingana are good, so I really like him.
Well, let's talk about that. Well, one of the things, first of all, what I looked at your Instagram, and you have a lot of hyphens.
Yeah.
No. So what do you consider? I think at some point you put online content creation.
Yeah, I just put everything there. Basically, I just call myself a content creator, like an online content creator. If you break everything down, there's a blogger, there's a vlogger, podcaster. That's all online. And then...
one of the things that normally when I do these interviews, it's a person, so you Google their name, and you have a lot of content out there.
Yeah,
and it was it's a challenge to. There's no way I could have read everything to prepare for this interview.
Yeah.
So, but so it was fun for me because you're one of the few people who really put a lot of their selves out there online. But and so I guess you started out blogging, no? And then it takes a certain type of person to do that. You
You get what I'm saying? Like, not everybody wants to just share everything online. And I'm sure you don't share everything, but you do. A big part of yourself is out there. And
Yeah.
I was wondering, uh, what have you gotten any benefits from it in a sense? Like for example, when we started 032,
Mm.
we started 032 and you were just having fun, like
Yeah.
lingaw lang yun. But I realized very quickly that it opened a whole new world in terms of Cebu.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, when we started 032, we were just in the band scene. We were just playing music. So
Yeah.
that's all we knew.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we realized, oh, hey, there's this whole other culture of like so many niche cultures all over Cebu. There's
True.
the band culture which we were in, and then these T-shirts were selling all over. There were these bloggers, and then all of a sudden we were also invited to press cons, and then it just opened up.
It was like, oh, I didn't know this world existed.
Exactly.
There's so much stuff.
Yeah, so when we started Bagay 032, before we started, they were like, well, we have enough things to write about, so we made a list of things. Diba? We made a list. I'm like, okay, I mean, okay.
When did you guys start?
2011, I think.
More or less the same time I started blogging for fashion. Doon nga
Okay.
yata. I started blogging though 2004.
Oh, yeah, your personal.
Yeah, 13 years na siya.
Oh, yeah, because me, I started doing.
Your
I used to have
music
like a
blog.
music thing, no, on Multiply or something.
Yeah,
But
I had
yeah.
Multiply also.
Oh, so you started around 2004.
Yeah, I started on Zanga.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a website where like it was like an online blog. Okay, my mom used to read my journals. That's why that's really how I started blogging. My mom would read all my journals, and yeah, sakpan ko. I was like talking to boys.
Your mom, by the way, is hilarious. I listened to that
Everybody-
episode.
Everybody loves my mom. They love her more than me. Whatever. It's okay, I love her too. She buys me food. So, like, siguro she was really chismosa ba?
Mm.
Then, like, you're grade 6, and you're starting to talk to boys. I wasn't allowed to talk to boys. And,
Mhm.
paita anyway, so, like, all my kilig moments, I was just read on a blog na lang, so she couldn't read it. And I still have the blog now. So, it was on Zanga. And then, I had the, lood ka akong name. It was AA underscore, it was capital A, small a, underscore, bebe, big B, small e, big B, small e, underscore, fat, PHAAT, underscore AA. I'm like, what the hell? So that was it.
You couldn't even pronounce it.
I couldn't even pronounce it.
A baby fat.
A baby fat. A baby fat. I have no idea. It was like the dumbest name ever. I don't know why. But yeah, motto. And then, so I was in third year college and I decided to start blogging for fashion because I didn't want to be a nurse. Like, that's what I tell everyone. I started blogging because I didn't want to be a nurse. So I started blogging and then I would go to proms. And I would do the same thing you would do and list down kind of content. I didn't know if there was anything for me to write about. I just knew I wanted to be in fashion. Wanted to see what I could do. So I really liked fashion.
So what year is this when you started with fashion? 2011.
2011 or I was in third year college. I graduated 2012. So probably 10 to 11.
Okay.
Somewhere there. But I remember it was prom season. I would call up all my friends. Asa pila inyong manghod. Yeah, like high school nila. Like, kalsa man lang prom. Let's sit down. And then I'd bring my camera. It was like it was really buto sa na camera. I think it was like
You shoot their prom?
I'd go to their prom. I'd be outside. I'd be like, excuse me, miss, can I take your picture?
No way.
I would do that. I'd be like, miss, pwede ko ang picture niyo? Like, kitsa di ay ka? I'm like, well.
Like a high school prom?
A high school prom.
No
If I was a
way.
guy, I'd be like a total perv. Okay, cool. But I did that. I would go to their prom. I'd bring a camera. I'd be like, miss, can I take your picture? And they're like, what? I'm like, it's for a website. And then it's for like, it was the little black sheep fashion. And I had to change it. It was the LBS fashion. And everyone made fun of me. That was the loose bowel syndrome fashion. .wordpress.com. I was like, shit, I have to change this. Okay. They kept making fun of me the loose bowel syndrome, or it was like something else. Like it was.
Kuwang sa research when you made the name.
Yeah, because I was a third year college where LBS fashion, little black sheep, because I'm always in a black sheep, like whatever. Ingana ba. So I would go and I would ask to take their pictures, and they're like, "What's wrong with this girl?" And then I would put it on my blog and say, "This is what the high school kids are wearing high school kids in Cebu are wearing for prom. This is the fashion scene in Cebu.
No
That's
way.
how I started. And then I would you know what I would do? Maglakaw-lakaw ko sa street. Because we have a few designers around this area.
Mm.
I would be with my yaya.
So you grew up around this area,
I grew
which
up
we will not
around
name
this-
on the podcast.
Yeah. But people basically already know where it is. But I grew around this area, and so I would, even after school, I would walk to the designers and I would send them a questionnaire.
Ah.
And I'd be like, can you answer this for
So you're
me?
doing like interviews na, ana?
Yeah. And
This is before like email was popular.
there was already email, but like someone kumang na ba ang other designers, so they didn't know what it was. I would interview people and I would write on my blog, and then sagol na siya like with my fashion.
Is this blog still around?
I took it down.
The early fashion blog.
I
What
took
was it
down.
called?
It was the LBS Fashion.
Oh, so you after that, what was what
After
did
that
it
was
become?
the JeanLouis.com.
Ah,
I was still working for a katong company. And then, like, I was still studying for my board exams at the same time. And I still wanted to blog. And then, pick up na siya. Like, I would get events na, ana. But then I stopped it because I had, like, this, like, really bad, I call it my quarter life crisis.
okay.
Then I was only, 21, 22, but I felt like I'm not where I want to be. I'm like, now that I think about it.
You put too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah, because I came from nursing and I felt like I was so behind. And if I just took the course I wanted, I could have gotten where I wanted to be. And I felt like success came really early, and I didn't realize like now I'm 27. Like, it's really not an overnight thing. Like, you have to really hustle for it.
It's a grind.
It's really a grind. So it came very late for me. At 21, 22, I was really pressuring myself so much. And so I got so pressured with the blog. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna cancel it now. So I shut it down, but I guess they're still online. Like, if you search it, you can still find them. It's just like the photos aren't there and stuff.
John.
The JeanLouis.blogspot or WordPress. It's one of those. But that's like my
Okay.
real name, Jean Louis. It's somewhere.
JeanLouise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I will see if I can find
It's
it.
really ugly.
It will be in the show notes. If it's not there, I couldn't find it.
It's probably there. I researched it recently, and I had like the ugliest poster. It was like an alien, and like I can't even understand it.
Okay.
But so it was that, and then after I took my board exam, I was just waiting for the results, and I was like, I always said I really wanted to go far in blogging, or at least just work in fashion, and I'm already done with my board exams. I'm already working. I can finally do this. So I think it was a week after taking my boards, I shut down the Jean Louis and I opened Issa Please, because that was my multiply name.
Ah,
Issa
okay.
Please was my multiply name, and I really liked it. So I'm like, okay, let's use Issa Please.
And that's what you have now. That your website is isaplease.com.
And everyone thinks that my last name is Please.
Yeah.
So
I'm not surprised, but anyway.
yeah, they're like, oh, at an event, someone's like, is your last name Pliase or something?
Please.
Pliase.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, hashtag please in yung mapinoy. I'm like, oh, no, it's please.
No, but like even me, like I know you as Issa Please. Like I have to double think and say, oh wait, it's Perez.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. People really forget. I'm like, yeah, it's
No,
fine.
but in
I
a
don't
way that's
mind.
good. Like that's kind of like that's personal branding.
Yeah,
That's,
at least I know the brand really stuck.
Oh,
Like, people
exactly.
I don't mind if they don't know me as Issa Perez. They only know me as Issa Please. Like, I'm fine with that. Okay. I mean, I worked hard for Issa Please, so
Bitaw.
at least people know. Oh.
So now you have Issa Please. So what were you able, like, there must have been this motivation for you to keep blogging, because I at some point it's a grind ba?
Yeah.
No? So what kind of benefits did you get from it? No?
So I had to keep blogging for one because my sanity depended on it.
Mm.
Like, I've always been writing, so I grew up with anxiety and like depression and all that stuff, and then I was a bit suicidal at some point in my life. Like, I would like really like cut myself and
Oh.
stuff. Yeah, so writing was my outlet. So that's why I always had journals, and that's why I always kept the blog, because I had a very hard time expressing myself verbally, especially to my parents. So I could never say what I wanted to say growing up, but I could write it very well. So I had to keep writing even for the blog because it was good for me mentally. It helped me cope. And even if I wasn't writing about what was going on in my life, even if it wasn't about like my emotions and stuff, as long as I was writing about something, which was the blog, I was okay with it. So I had to do that. And then eventually, like, we pick up man siya. I started getting events and stuff like that. And for a really long time, I would never get paid for events. Like, even until now, I still don't. But there are some that do pay, so I'm like, yay, finally, I get something out of it. I guess that's like the motivation. It's like, it's just become so much a part of me that if I stopped doing it, I wouldn't know what to do anymore. I'd be so bored.
Yeah, because it's important. I feel like if you want to do something and if you don't inherently enjoy it,
Yeah.
and you're always looking for the outside reward, eventually it'll fizzle out.
Yeah.
And that's why you see so many people, not just in blogging, but in anything, like they'll get into this uso nga thing,
Yeah.
and then
I hate that. But yeah, good.
Oh.
I always tell people that I'm like, because I give workshops. I give workshops, and so I'm like, if you're in it, because they always ask like, Issa, like, how long were you blogging before you got paid? And I know it's like a normal question for people.
Okay.
You do it so much, they want to know where are you getting your money? You get paid how much? In Ana. But I always tell them,
yeah, we'll get to that.
yeah, which I'm sure. But a lot of people are always wondering. But every time I give workshops, I'm like, I started blogging because I enjoyed what I do, and even if the day comes and I don't get paid for it, I'm still gonna keep blogging because this is like because I'll turn my blogs into a book. So we have like a printout. I'll show it to you later. It's there. It's underneath the telephone.
Get it right now.
So it's the printout of the book of my blogs on your thing. Ever since we started dating. So this is like the 5 years that we were together. So it's just like 2011 to 2005.
No way. Can we take a picture of this?
Yeah, go ahead. Take a picture. That's like my pride and joy. So we're gonna
This
print
is so
everything
cool.
else. Yeah. So he turned it into a book. And so I always say like that's like my legacy. Wait, do you
the
want
book lang sa?
Yeah, the book lang sa.
Okay, that's a nice thing to.
It's like one of the best things I ever got. My favorite gifts. That's like my favorite gift he ever gave me.
See, and then.
And so I always tell people like if you're doing it because you want money and stuff, well that's a good thing to want. But I mean, you have to love it first, Don't do it kay everyone else is doing it and like nasuya ka, they get free stuff kay free stuff isn't gonna pay your bill. Maglagot ko ba, di ka mabuhi og free stuff like sometimes like sorry if people get offended by what I say, but sometimes people are really after the free stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not worth it, kay. That's your time. You could have gotten money out if you worked, diba? And that's like your plite, your makeup, your outfit. That for girls especially, you can't wear the same outfit twice, like in a week. So think pa ka na nahangol ka a goodie bag that's like what's inside a USB and food, like you can buy that shit on your own. I'm so strong, but whatever.
No, that's true because like so like I was telling you that in the beginning when we started 032, we got invited to all these things. Lingaw siya at first.
Yeah.
But then at some point it started it takes up a lot of time. Like you get invited to something, that's your whole day.
Yeah.
No?
And then you have to blog about it after and write about it.
Well, yeah, you're expected to. So like but you don't really. No, I mean you don't
it's
have
up to you if you want to. Yeah,
But I realized that I am better off spending my time doing something else. And then, because even if you write about the event, it doesn't move the needle anyway.
Yeah.
Like, nothing happens.
Sometimes people are just, like, I mean, it doesn't really have an impact.
Yeah,
Like,
in terms of in terms of the people who read your stuff, like you're better off writing, photographing, podcasting, whatever about something you truly care about.
Exactly.
No? Because, okay, they get you worth it.
It's not worth it. Like, I mean,
if that's the main motivation, if that's the main motivation,
I mean, like, for me, I'm not saying, like, I don't like it. I don't like going to events if they have nothing to offer me. I mean, I still really go if I feel like, oh, my readers would enjoy this, or it would be a great experience, or I really like this brand, and I would, especially if it's like a local brand, I'm like, I really like this brand. I want to help them, in Ana. But then it takes out the fun when your imuhang mindset is already there, like I'm just doing this because I like it, and then other bloggers come in and they're like, suya na ba? Because there are a lot of people like that, so it's like, oh, whatever, you can have that. Like, if you want that event, you can have it. I'm so candid. People are gonna hate me. I'm
Huh?
so sorry. We're already recording it.
Yeah.
There was a time I didn't know we were already recording. I'm so sorry. If I said something, I
Oh
love
no,
you
we
all.
can cut out anything you want.
I don't want anything to be cut out. It's okay. Everyone knows that I'm kind of mean anyway.
No, but that's one of the reasons why like I wanted to talk to you.
Yeah.
Because you're very candid and then you really say it how it is. I mean, we're jumping to it, but you did write you had a blog post. This came out like last year.
Yeah.
The problem with vloggers, thoughts, insights, harsh realities from a blogger. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I
Yeah.
love that article.
Yeah, so I mean, there was some sort of drama happening and everything, but like, you're right, yun nga, you know, if you're in it, if you're doing this just because you want the recognition or the free shit, that's not the approach
Yeah.
or the attitude, no?
Exactly.
And then, like me, I'm kind of disconnected from it because I just don't go to these things.
Yeah.
I've just decided to put my time, nothing against it, but I just
Yeah.
decided to put my time onto other things. No?
Yeah. I mean, at this, like, I guess, like, when you're young, it's like, sige, let's do everything. But then, I'm not saying that we're not young, because we're really young. I feel very young. But, like, sometimes, like, your time is so precious. Like, I used to hate naps, but now I'm like, a 30-minute nap is like heaven. I love it.
Oh, so wait till if you plan to have kids, wait for that.
That's why I'm enjoying it, because we're gonna start trying next year. So we're like, okay, sige, enjoy everything, enjoy the peace and quiet, because it's not gonna be like this for long.
Oh yeah, Bito, congratulations. I know you're engaged with Paulo.
And congrats, how's your baby?
I have 2 babies.
Tuna,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're alive.
Nice to know that's what every parent wants.
Yeah, no, that's our main job. Keep them alive. The second main job is to make them good human beings. So hopefully we get there. We'll only know in 20 years.
I'm pretty sure they will be. I mean, I like your vibe, and I'm pretty sure you'll be like both of you are very good parents. So
Let's
make them friends.
Yeah, no, let's take when you have kids.
Let's impose it on them. We like each other. Go play.
You should be friends, even though your age gap is 5 years.
Yeah.
So so you I think off mic we were talking about like your day job or something. You have a day job?
Yeah, I have a day job. I do a lot of things, but mostly, especially since the start of this year, I started to just really focus on the family business.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom, when I moved here from the States, we started a business, tahianan.
Oh.
So we supply uniforms and basically manufacturing and supplying. So
What's it called?
It was previously Citywear, but then I recently took over and I changed it to Hilo and Stitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it sounds cute.
I mean, you guys have a website or something?
Yeah, it's H&S Cebu.
Okay.
I'm still processing everything, but the production is already ongoing and it's already there. It's just like fine-tuning everything because my mom was about to give it up. And this was the business that was able to put me and my 3 siblings through school. It gave us a pretty good life, but I guess my mom, because my stepdad's already moved back to the States. Everyone in my family is moving back to the States except for me. And so my mom, she kind of didn't want it anymore. And she kind of like, pasagdan niya ba? And then, but she's always been asking me to work for her. I just never wanted to work for her because as much as everyone loves her, like she's really a pain in the ass. Like, I can say this and she knows it.
Oh no, I listened to the podcast with your mom. You guys have
we have a
fun relationship.
Yeah, but like we fight all the time. I'm just like, can you please shut up? I can't listen to your voice anymore.
You guys were fighting in the podcast, basically.
We always fight. I had lunch with her. I'm like, cause she keeps bugging me to like plan the wedding. Now I'm like, I gotta work. I cannot plan a wedding if I don't have money. I need to work in order to have money. Can you please get off my back? So they're always fighting. But she kind of didn't want the business anymore, and I didn't want to work for her. But I've been in and out of the family business for a while.
So you're focusing on that now?
Yeah. So I told her I would take the business from her, and then she doesn't have to work. I'll just give her royalties so that I don't have to work with her. So it's
when's that getting started?
It's already Like she just shut down Citywear, And then I've already applied for my
Ah.
DTI. I'm just waiting for my BIR.
We should talk more about that later.
Yes.
Because yeah, we'll talk more about that later. Because we do have some clothing needs.
Yeah, sige. We'll talk about it later.
So that's
That's my main.
that's your main, but like
Yeah.
so the blogging thing, the vlogging, the podcasting. So you put in a lot of time doing that
Yeah.
also.
Kuan siya, it's really just about balancing. So I basically never like rest. I don't get a day off. Like Monday to Friday or even Thursdays, that's dedicated to, or even sometimes Saturdays, that's dedicated to like Citywear or H&S, right? But
Hilo and
starting
Stitch.
Hilo and Stitch. But on Fridays or Thursdays even, that's when the events start. So it's always interlapping, and I make my rich girl vlogs on Tuesdays. I shoot them on Tuesdays, I edit them on Tuesday, release them on Tuesday or Wednesday morning. Ing ana. So sometimes I'm at work, but I'm bringing my laptop. Or it depends, or myself. I just really try to like manage it.
Yeah,
And
because sorry, there's a misconception that like sometimes like some people who don't do it, they think that you're a blogger or a Instagram person, whatever.
Yeah.
Like they get to do that full time. Like hayahay ato siya event niya, pila ka nag ano ba? So,
Yeah. I guess maybe for some people it's a yahay,
but it's very few people.
yeah, I mean there are really a few bloggers and vloggers who are very fortunate to just make money off of the videos that they make and stuff. But I mean, I'm not really there, and that's not really my goal.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can make money off of it, if I never have to work a day in my life and just make videos, then why not, diba? But I really love what I do. I love working for H&S, and I love making content. So it was, if I make money out of it, sure, why not? That would be really great. But if I never get to that point, I'm still like, well, I'm proud of the content I make anyway.
And you enjoy doing it.
I enjoy it.
Number one,
so,
no?
Yeah.
No,
So
but
feel kapoy.
No, they're out there definitely. People who don't, who get to do it for a living, but that's not the norm.
Yeah.
The norm is, you grind it out, or people do it because they enjoy it, or
Yeah.
people do it because they think they can get a quick buck, but then a year later their site disappears, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
There are a lot of those. I mean, for those who are able to make like a living out of it, they still put in a lot of hard work. I mean, like, in fairness to them, because
who makes a living out of it?
I know a lot. Like, the big ones, like, see, Kryz Uy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but she still has her own businesses, right?
Oh, yeah.
Her April or February clothing or something.
Oh.
She still has that. See, Jomie Hospital, very good friend of mine. He's a YouTuber. It's Jomi. You probably don't watch his videos. Yeah.
I may not be the demographic.
Yeah. I mean, like, I watch it because we're friends.
Yeah.
But if we weren't friends, I wouldn't watch his videos, and he knows that because it doesn't humor me. It's just funny because it's him. And I know him and I like him, so it makes me laugh. But if it was anybody else, like, he knows I wouldn't watch it. But so he does a lot of really great content online, and he is able to live off of that money. So he's very well situated. He has all this equipment he needs. He has good endorsements. So good for him.
No, but it also takes a lot of
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and even like, I mean, I don't know that I haven't seen these videos, but I'm sure he's good at it. Like, angayan siya online.
I say this to him all the time. It's not just luck. Luck plays a good factor in it, but it's really, no one else can do it the way he does. Like, the young humor, the way he's able to captivate his audience, the way he's able to influence people. It's really not easy, and the sacrifices that he's had to make for it. Gabi said, Kayo, he had to leave his family in his province and move to Cebu because there were more opportunities here. And going through being homesick and everything else, and still make content and make people laugh, and yet people don't know nga he was really homesick. I mean, that was still a sacrifice, but I mean, that's his hustle.
Yeah.
So little man said, I guess. So, I mean, it's really, I think being in content creation is really hard because, especially if you have a goal, which is like to entertain people. Entertainment, I think, is the hardest because people have really different levels of entertainment.
Yeah.
Diba?
No, it's difficult to entertain. Like, entertainment is not something we do
Yeah.
in 032. Like,
Yeah.
with Issa Please, with Issa Please, I do find your stuff quite funny. Like I kind of like even the smallest things like an Instagram post.
Like a caption.
Yeah, the caption is usually really good, or which is what I appreciate because like I mean I won't name names or anything, but there
Yeah.
are people who like they'll post like a nice photo of themselves, walking in the mall or something with
And then
whatever
it's like
clothing.
some simang kay nga caption.
Yeah, and then it's like a caption that like I don't know
Is
that
it
they
everyday life is you gotta look up because I don't know because God is looking down on you or
it's
something
yeah
like that.
like
Who
this
ani
does
mo
not
caption? Wait.
this does not tell me who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And then granted, some people like that, I guess. But just for me personally, like I don't get any value out of it.
Yeah.
No?
I mean,
which
I
is
personally don't like people like that as well. Like you should see me or listen to me at least when I'm on my phone. Like my mom's just like, oh God, if someone just recorded everything that you said, like when you're looking, because you get like I'm a very judgy person. Sorry, I mean I'm not judgy. I'm just real. I'm like what made you think that you should post that caption? Like, are you for real? Who wakes up at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Monday and is that happy? Like you've got to be kidding me. I'm always like that. So I mean I hate people who are like that or not hate. Like I just really like make fun of them.
well, that's why I wanted you here because you're real. I really do get that sense.
So I'm like, why would I ever post a caption of something that I would make fun of? So let's make a funny caption of what I'm really feeling today. So I talk about bills and things you pay for and looking like a potato. So
Oh yeah.
well,
well,
it's fun.
well, it's kind of so like so I noticed also that you do post online and then brands you do have some partnerships with brands, diba?
Yeah.
How does that work?
So it works. Usually they'll contact you through email. It's always if it's through or they'll message you on Facebook and stuff. So if you're listening to this and you want to know how this is the right way.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what are the do's and
Yeah,
don'ts.
I mean like this is the way that I prefer it. I would always like a not it doesn't have to be a formal email, but it's like present yourself like hi, this is who I am. Let's say hi, I'm Carlo from 032. We have something that we would like to promote or launch and I would like to know if you just want to give them free stuff, it's like can I give you some items and would it be okay with you to feature them in wherever you think seems fit? Or you can say, there's something we'd like to endorse. We'd like you to endorse something, and then what's your fee? Or can you send me your media kit? Or you can also say, hi, we would like you to go shop somewhere, and we have allocated blank blank like n number of that's Paulo's laptop.
Oh, okay.
We've allocated like
Thought
n
my
number of
laptop
GCs.
exploded. I had number of GCs and then
A number of GCs, and that's for you. And like this is what we would like in exchange for your services. So especially if they start paying you or if they give you like GCs, what I do is I have a media kit and I tell them here are my services. This is what is inclusive of your kuan. So if it's a blog, then it's worth this much, and this is what you get as cross posting. I'll give you 3 Instagram posts, whatever, one dedicated entry, cross posting on Facebook, on this blah blah blah, and then I'll send you my numbers. But if it's a vlog, then of course you have to pay a little bit more for a vlog because like it's editing, hours of editing, and so that's a different kuan. That's a different set of fees. But if it's from like let's say I have some clients they're like we need you, we'll give you this, but you need to give us 1 Instagram post, 1 blog post, one. Sometimes like they're a little bit more picky, so they'll say free draft of your blog entry. You have to pre-shoot all your photos even before we release your payment and stuff like that.
So they have some sort of they get to see the content before they commit.
Yeah,
sometimes
it's already committed, but I guess the
they
client is very strict, so they don't want anything to go wrong. They don't want any like misbranding and stuff like that.
But the rates of course change. I presume like the longer you blog because you get more traffic, get more followers, get more engagement at some point.
Yeah.
So the rates become more and more over time.
I mean, for me, mine has been pretty like stable for the last year and a half. But
are you comfortable to say your rate? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I charge like 4,000 for a dedicated blog entry, but with like 3 dedicated Instagram posts. If you want to give away, you can. And then Twitter, Facebook, like everything else. And then if it's for a vlog, I think it's 5. And then if it's for just like an ad space, then that's like 500 pesos a month.
Okay.
I can send you my media kit, but you can take a look at it. You can post it on the site.
I know. I don't know if you want me to post it. Well, that because
if they need like a draft or something,
better to contact Issa directly.
Yeah, you guys can email me so you can be friends.
No, well, the reason I asked that, like even yesterday, I had a meeting with some friends.
Yeah.
And then no, they were asking me about this.
Yeah.
And I was telling them, this isn't really like I don't really do this.
Yeah.
No, we have our own products.
Yeah.
We have our own services, and I don't really do the sponsored posts, that sort of thing. I mean, it's out there, but I don't push it or anything. So they're asking me about it, and then sometimes the misconception is that it's free. They just give them free stuff, and now I told them it's true. Sometimes it's free.
Yeah.
But if they have a follow, you can give a whole bunch of free stuff to a bunch of other people, but they may not really have a following.
Yeah.
If you want it done properly, and then you want it to be, be read by actual people.
Yeah.
You might have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know the rates or anything,
Yeah.
but
for me, especially this is what I go by. If it's a product or if it's a brand that I know has the marketing budget, I will charge because I know that they can afford it. They have the budget. I asked like how it works on PR side. They have the budget, so I know they can pay. So I always impose nga, kay kibaw man ko nga nasa budget, pay me. Kaya apil ko na sa inyong budget, good. Ay, pagtihik-tihik na mo. But, and I mean, I'm already doing work for them, but if it's a local brand, if it's Cebu lang good, especially if it's like clothes and stuff, or like, let's say, temporary tattoos, or just like, stuff like that, I will never charge them. Okay.
Yeah, what was the name? You may as well say the name of the tattoo again. I forget.
The Random Club PH.
Club PH.
And I do a lot for like local brands. When local brands contact me, they always say, "Is kanang," especially if it's someone I know, and they're like, or someone like just a brand that I like, and I want to help.
So basically, you make an exception for small, because presumably all of the brands that you work with, you already like them already.
Yeah.
But you will make an exception for smaller local brands, the ones that are up and coming, the startup type brands.
Yeah. So I just say, I just tell them, just send me what you want me to promote. If there's an item that you want to push, then send it my way, and then I'll make content for you. But not all the time I can promise that naagi blog. Sometimes it'll just be like a mini Facebook blog, like a mini blog, but I know people will still share it. We'll still get a substantial amount of likes and shares and whatever. But I still try to promote as much as possible. Okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
And like I'll tell them, if you want to push this even more, you can send me something that we can give away so that people will start engagement and stuff. So I sort of help them. Okay. I'd never want to like impose a fee on someone who's still trying to build their business, because I mean, I started that way, and the people who helped me and who put me where I am are like the local brands as well, who would sponsor me and say, hey, can I give you free stuff? So now I'm like, if there's something you want, sure, why not? Like, I'll do it for you.
Yeah, speaking of, like, I was gonna ask you, how does one get to that point where you can confidently charge for that kind of exposure?
That's kind of tricky. Like, people ask me that, and I'm just like, well, if you feel like I tell them, if you feel like your content is there already, then you can start charging. For me, it was just a matter of there were so many projects coming in already, and I couldn't focus na ba, kay daghan na, and then malubong na ang others. So it was more like, okay, so if I start charging these people, whoever is gonna pay, muna siya ang priority. Okay, I couldn't just keep accepting, and then I couldn't prioritize everyone.
So your inbound was already becoming too much.
Yeah.
That if you were, I get it. So like, so that makes sense. So you already were getting a lot of requests. So
Yeah.
obviously people saw some value into what you were doing.
I guess so, yeah.
And then to filter that out, you just said, oh, I'm gonna have to start charging,
now.
and then that the end bound becomes less because they have to reach certain parameters. Either they pay or they're startup local brand that you like, but
Yeah.
no.
Okay. Because if there are like just too many, and then if you accept everything, then your quality becomes half-assed.
Yeah,
like
then
it's not as good anymore.
which I've seen. Like some people are just clearly copy pasting PRs.
Yeah. And though I don't really disagree with copying PRs, sometimes it's just like, klaro na kay gadali na ka review.
No, but sometimes that's all there is. Like the
Yeah.
whole blog is just PRs.
Yeah. So, I mean, I still wanted to put my own touch in it. So, marag, ikaw, kung daghan naman kaayo, I can't really prioritize you right now, or because I have to like weigh out which one is better, who's willing to pay. So I guess that's how I started like charging people. And then, well, not everyone charges. I mean, not everyone, like sometimes I'll lose clients over it, but then sometimes I'm just like, well, if I didn't work with this band, I wouldn't really know the difference anyways. I don't feel like I'm missing out. So
Yeah.
I guess.
And also, because for me, at least for me personally, the stuff that stands out are usually, it's not that the branded stuff isn't as good, but the
Yeah.
ones that do stand out are the ones that you've conceptualized yourself, that
Yeah.
you've spent time on,
that you really like have an opinion about, that you
Something.
really like.
that you stand for something.
Yeah.
No?
So it really makes a difference.
Yeah, because speaking sort of your content, I noticed that you have a lot of content. No?
Yeah, I do everything. I don't know what to stop, but I enjoy it, Manggod.
Muna, like, okay, I can just, off the top of my head, no, you have your Instagram pictures. I maybe you're posting every day.
My goal is to be an Insta hoe. I just want to be a hoe on
I've seen that, like,
Instagram.
#Insta.
Nobody believes I could be an Insta hoe. It's because I have a belly now, but I can suck it in and like Photoshop that shit. I just want to have like 1 million likes. Stupid. I don't really, but I kind of do. It's
Fortunately, just in case you did sense that's sarcasm.
Yes.
But
That's me being funny.
No, but I know. Say you have Instagram, you have your Instagram stories, you have your YouTube, the vlog, you have your podcasts. You also have the regular blog.
Yes.
No, am I missing something?
I have rich girl vlogs.
Oh yeah, the vlog,
Yeah.
and that. So that's a lot of content, and then I can empathize a bit because we do come up with a lot of content also, and then it's an everyday struggle that just doesn't end.
Yeah.
No? Do you have like a routine?
I do have a routine. Like, but you can only have a routine, but not really like follow it all the time.
Yeah, but like assuming everything goes well, what's your routine?
I start in the evening. So before I go to bed, I'll sit down and like I have like a notebook. I have like my organizer, and then I have my blog notebook, and then I have my work notebook. And so I'll sit down and I'll be like, okay, what work always comes first. Hilo and Stitch comes first, always. So I plot everything I need to do for that day, and then if it's not really full, then I'll say, okay, maybe I can insert this, maybe I can blog about this or edit this video. So I'll have it there.
So this is like the day before.
Yeah, this is the day before.
So the day before, so you're one of those, you plan your next day the night before. Oh, that's really organized. Okay.
Because I get lost, man.
More good.
Yeah, especially when you have so much stuff to think about, you really get lost. So I've always had an organizer, so I'll have that. I'll have my work organizer, and then I'll have my blog organizer, and I have all my ideas there and whatnot, or I'll just put notes nga. These are your pending blogs, or have it on. It's everywhere. But then I'll look at my organizer and say, do I have an event, or what do I have to prioritize? What am I booked na, and so I just try to sync all 3 notebooks, and then go through the next day, like half awake, half asleep, and wondering how I even finished it. And yun sa mata nako.
For your blogging, do you have for your content creation and publishing, do you have a schedule? Like I know that the podcast, for example, is every Sunday at 10 p.m.
Yeah. Blogging, no.
Blogging, no schedule.
No schedule. I don't think I've actually released a blog in like a good month.
Oh, okay.
I haven't really blogged in a while, but I have pending. But I've just been so busy. And
No, but you have a lot of content. Like you release content fairly often.
yeah, for me, I'm a little bit strategical about it. When it comes to blogs, I will release it, especially if if it's something that's searchable, like say if there's a new restaurant open,
Yeah.
that has to be released the day or the day after I go to it, especially if it's new. Okay, people will search it, man.
Yeah.
What's the menu like? What does the food look like? Is it good?
So you come up
And
on the search terms.
yeah, so I do that. And I've recently found out that my posts like that actually do good. So I talked to someone who sells his information on other bloggers to companies. It turns out that I was number one food blogger in Cebu for quite like 5 posts, like 5 restaurants in the city. I'm like, that's so weird because I'm not a food blogger.
Hmm.
But okay, and then I think it was because I would put the menu, the complete menu. I would put the pictures. I would say like what I liked about it, my experience and stuff like. I can only assume, but
Yeah, you can get a lot of traffic if you rank for a certain search term.
yeah. And I think I was a little bit strategical with my titles. So I'd be like, let's say if KFC open, like KFC Mandawi, what is on the menu, prices, whatever. Like I would just put very specific terms that people would most likely search. But for blogging, I think if it's informational, that I'll create it right away. But if it's like what I was wearing and stuff, I'm just like, whatever, I'll do it when I feel like it. Like,
Oh yeah, because that one has
nobody
no.
really cares. Nobody really reads
That one, the SEO stuff doesn't really. That won't show on the SEO.
Yeah.
That's more like you're probably better off like putting it on Instagram.
Yeah, but then if there's like, if it's there, or if I have something like that's really bothering me, like atong bloggers, like the truth about blogging and vlogging, whatever.
Yeah.
Then I'll just like type it, and then like I'll just use those pictures. Like, let's just put some pictures in here. We need some visuals, and it'll just be like background pictures.
Yeah,
Like
but you need a header.
yeah.
Yeah, same thing with our blog.
It's just like you know how you have like those stoppers, like you know like those little borders in between, like next paragraph, and like you have like a little design.
Yeah.
That's what the pictures are for.
Yeah.
It's like you've read enough. Reward
Well,
yourself with a picture.
statistics show that if there's a picture, you're more likely to get read. People are more likely to scroll down.
It's like, oh, I need to see more pictures.
Well, yeah, or I don't know what it is. It makes because it's intimidating when you go to a page and it's just a block of text.
Yeah, yes,
I
that's
guess.
right. Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that.
Yeah, there's all these little things. Yeah, all these little things that you learn about
True.
the internet if you release content for a living.
The longer you do it, you're just like, oh, yeah, makes sense.
Mhm.
So, I guess.
So, so going back, so for the night before, you come up with your schedule for the day,
Mm.
and then you really schedule your content creation also.
Yeah, I mean, for Rich Girl Vlogs, I do it on Tuesdays because people are bored on a Tuesday night. If I could get it out on a Tuesday night, that would be best.
Oh wow! So you do it on the same day that you publish it.
Yeah, because
Okay.
shooting the Rich Girl Vlogs only takes like 5 minutes. No, not 5 minutes. I'm lying. It's like 30 minutes. It's like 3 takes because I hate doing her character.
Okay.
Like I really hate the rich girl.
Yeah.
But, like she's marketable, so let's do it. People know that I don't like her character.
Uh.
I don't know if you've seen it. You probably haven't.
I saw one like the beauty pageant.
So you
one.
saw like the first 3 seconds. You're like, fuck it, I'm done. I don't want to watch it. That's my thing.
Well, no, I know. As part of my research, I listened. I actually didn't watch it. It was in the background as I was reading stuff. I was listening to you answer the
question.
Was it the Binibining Pilipinas question?
I've never seen an entire episode of Binibining Pilipinas.
Oh,
I
yeah?
do not like pageants, but someone asked for me to do a spoof of it. I'm like, what the hell? I can't think of anything for her anyway.
For me, like as you know, you met my wife, right?
Yeah.
So my wife is a beauty queen.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
I did not know
And
that.
then,
But it makes so much sense. She's so beautiful.
So before that, before all that, I remember like when I met her. It's like we were in Outpost and we sat on their table I sat on their table.
Yeah.
And then just trying to blend in with her friends.
Yeah.
Right? And I didn't know of her nothing,
Yeah.
Like I didn't know anything about her. So she was talking to her friends and she just came from Binibining Pilipinas.
Oh, she joined?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then she was talking about it. And then I was like, okay. It seems like she must have joined some contest
Some contest.
in Manila. Like, I was just piecing things together. So it's called Binibining something.
Yeah.
And then it didn't occur to me until like the next day or something. I'm like, oh, it's this international pageant.
It's a
like,
big deal.
yeah. And then, so since then, like I didn't care at all about that. Miss
Yeah.
Cebu, nothing. Didn't care about it at all.
Yeah.
And then now I've attended a Miss Cebu. I've attended a few Miss Cebus.
Like-
I've watched Binibining Pilipinas.
Yeah.
Like she watched the last one.
Uh-huh.
She watched it in TV.
The one I made fun of?
Yeah, the most recent one.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I was just like, I can't. Honestly, there is nothing for me here. I'm gonna stay in the room.
Yeah. My aunt was the very first Miss Teresa. Miss
Ano
Cebu
ba?
Teresa, si Christine.
What's her name?
Christine Aldeguer.
Christine Aldeguer, okay.
Yeah, she's the very first one, 1990.
Mo ba?
Yeah. So she's like, I don't know. I mean, because I guess I don't like beauty pageants because I've never fit into the mold of being in a beauty pageant.
Maybe, okay.
I'm short, I'm dark, I'm fat. So
You don't need to say that. You can just say you don't.
but it's okay. I mean, I know what I am, but I know
because that's not true.
awesome.
But anyway,
I am beautiful. I know it. If I was only tall, I'd outrack all these bitches. I'm just kidding. But I never liked it, and I'm not like a girly girl, so I don't like.
It's not
beauty
for everybody.
pageants.
No,
Yeah.
we can acknowledge that it's not for everybody.
Yeah, I was forced to join some in high school, and then these girls would just sound like a girl the whole time, and 5 minutes in, I'm already walking across the stage, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore, and this is the actual pageant already. I'm like, bye bitches, I'm out. I don't want to answer. I quit. I quit the pageant, and so I would get in so much trouble because I would never have the attention for it. But so I mean, they asked me to do it. So they asked me to do a spoof of it. I'm like, it seems pretty interesting. Let's have the rich girl do it because I really have to separate myself from the rich girl vlogs because I don't associate myself with her. She's just a funny character that she's marketable among good. So I created her, in which I really want to talk about because I created Izzy because I have a lot of friends who do spoofs and skits, right? And I would always tell them I would want to come up with funny content. It's just that I don't know if my market is there because a lot of people don't like my content, my videos and stuff because Cebuana ko, Pinoy ko, but I speak in English and not a lot of people like that. Okay, they don't like it when I don't know. I think they have a problem with people speaking in English sometimes because I came out in an ABS-CBN episode and they're like, don't get konyo lagi. Kanang, bawal ang mga konyo dito. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I grew up in the States. I know, I speak English. So, why are you hating on me? So,
I guess that's an issue when it's trying to be an entertainment, no?
Yeah, so they would really prefer nga Bisaya or Tagalog, ana. But then I could never release content like that because if you heard me
that's not you.
speak in Tagalog, you'd be like, Issa, stop. I like you less. So I was thinking about it, and I really wanted to get into at least comedy or entertainment because I really do listen to comedy, and I think I'm a pretty funny person. So I was like, let's make something.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I know it. And so I was like, what am I gonna make? And then I thought everybody keeps making fun of me. I was viral a couple years ago. Remember the Sinulog video?
Yeah,
the stop hitting the car window.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It was 2 years.
It was 2 years. It was 2 Sinulog ago. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And everyone was like, oh, rich girl. And I was thinking what if I just monopolize off being a rich, I'm doing air quotes, rich girl.
Yes.
Okay, everyone already thinks that I'm not rich or anything. I'm barely getting by, but they think it. So sige, sakyan lang nila tong mga buang. Sige, rich lang ta.
Can you talk about that video? I vaguely remember it, but I know that it reached a lot of people. You posted it on Facebook, I think.
I posted it on Facebook. It was on Sinulog night. Me and Paul, it was 9 o'clock. I was really hungry. We were on our way to casino to get food, and the law on Sinulog was the streets were drivable by 5. Like, no more street parties.
Yeah.
So by 5 o'clock, you're allowed to bring your cars. We left at like 7, and then we were on that road at around 9.
Yeah, I think it was that McDonald's road. What is that called?
Elizabeth Pond? No, it's
No,
not.
of course not.
It's,
That's far.
what?
What? But anyway,
It's
yeah.
those roads. It's like those side pocket roads or something. It's like a shortcut road. But
Yeah.
we were there, and then we were just following ways, and we didn't mind the traffic. Like, I had to move like stop signs because Waze said we can pass and ana, but we didn't mind the traffic. It was when we got to that road, there were a lot of people who were drinking, and then they started banging the doors, and they started shaking it, and they were like all drunk, and I got so scared, and I took a video of it because I was vlogging. I had like monthly vlogs, so everything I did in a month, I would compile them and like release them as like what I did in January vlog. But then, so they started hitting the car, and I was like, "Stop hitting the car window!" Because I got scared. I got scared.
Yeah.
I felt claustrophobic, and I kept
Oh,
thinking,
I'm sure. Kuya,
yeah,
good.
kuya, siya. No. I was thinking like, atayan niyo if na ko'y anak, like, luoy kaya akong anak.
Like, it was a
diba?
real, it was a real
It was
moment.
a real moment. I was like, shit, what are we gonna do? And you can't run over them. Because, you
Well,
know.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it came to mind. Like, just run over them, but you can't, because I guess it's against the law or something. But, I mean, we were stuck there to do anything. I was really scared. So, we were drinking after that, and I was like, you know what? Like, I saw a lot of videos come out, and I'm like, oh, we have one of those. Let's post it. And I didn't even think it would go viral, but some idiot decided to send it to Cebu Flash Report, and it just blew up. I had a vet the next day, and then I really didn't know what was going on. But then Paulo calls me up. He's like, "Sweetheart, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I just had lunch. I just came from
He's
the
like,
vet."
have you checked online?
Yeah, it's like, no, like I got a GC. I can go shop now. And he's like, "Are you for real? Like, do you even know what's happening?" I'm like, "No, I just came from an event." What? He's like, "Check your Facebook." He's like, "It's okay. Call me right after." So I check my Facebook. It has like hundreds of shares, and everyone's like making fun of me, like rich ko ko, hilas ko no ko, arte daw, and ana. I'm just like, whatever. Like, you're just jealous because you don't have a car. I'm just kidding. But they're so mean to me. I'm just like,
No, but that's the
hell
thing, though. Like, that's the thing. The truth is, mainstream internet. That's another beep from the laptop. Mainstream internet is like a bunch of trolls.
Yeah, they were so mad. And like, the funny thing was, Paulo, because he thinks like, I think he thinks that I'm so sensitive to stuff like that, because I'm really an emotional person, but I've just become so immune to like
Yeah,
whatever.
because you know that. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, because my concept is you can say whatever you want online, but the moment you see me in person, you can never say anything.
Yeah, which is by the way very rare. Like if they bash you online, it's very rare that you will meet somebody face to face and then
Yeah.
they will do it, because people, like, when they're on their computers or on their phones, they
Yeah.
feel like it's a force field that keeps them immune and they can be assholes.
Yeah.
No?
And I'm just like, well, I don't care about it because I'm like, come at me in real person. Tanaw na to. If you say something to me, I know exactly what to say because I thought about it when I posted it. I knew what the rules were. So these are technically just kids being drunk and stupid, but I've been drunk and stupid all the time. Maybe even tonight because it's a Friday.
Okay.
But like,
I'm gonna be home watching my kids.
I don't have kids yet. I'm relishing in the moments of being childless as of the moment. But, but I've never gone out and like actually smacked someone's car or put another person's life in danger or made them feel as if they were unsafe. So I'm like, you can be drunk and stupid, but don't hit my freaking car, diba? And so a lot of people like were hating on me, and I'm just like, whatever. Like, atubangay tabi. There was a blogger who, I don't even remember her name, but she started saying like, "Oh, AKC girl." I'm like, "Hey, you're a blogger. I can't wait to meet you in real life so you can actually find out if I'm OA or not. Like, I'd love to hear your
Yeah, she
opinion."
replied.
Stop going to events. She stopped blogging.
She got scared
She
of
got
you.
scared because everyone was like, "Oh, Issa's gonna be at this event," and they're like, she just stopped going.
Mo ba?
It was just so fun for me. It was like, if I see her one of these days, I'm like, "Oh my god, are you the girl who commented?" Sometimes it's just fun because you know that they'll never say anything to you.
Well, I was gonna ask you. I was gonna lead to this because I'm not sure if that's the most viral thing that you've ever released? Is it the most viral thing you've ever released?
It is the most viral thing I've ever released, but because it was a scandal. So
Yeah.
it didn't, like, that was just, it didn't really have any, oh no, that's not the most viral thing wait, it's the most viral thing that I've released, but I have something else that's pretty viral, but it wasn't under me. It was under ABS.
Ah, what
Yeah,
one?
it was the Unspoken rules. Kanang, wag kang mahulog sa taong something. Oh my god, I'm so horrible. I was in it. I can't even remember it.
Yeah, you'll need to
Wag
tell
kang-
me so I can do
Wag
I
kang
can.
mahulog sa something something. It was like it was a video under ABS-CBN where we featured a lot of Cebuano places, and I was basically a tour guide. I had like oh wait, no, that's not the story. There was a tour guide. I was basically like a visitor, like a tourist, and then like I guess this girl was super paasa, like she's a flirt and everything. She's leading the guy on, and then they kiss. So I had to kiss another guy.
Wait,
And
what
then
was your role in the?
I was a tourist.
Ah, you were a tourist.
Yeah, I'm like
Okay.
super like, oh my god, come here, let's go here, let's like run away from the tour group or whatever. And then like the dude falls in love with me, and then I have to go back to wherever I'm from, and I'm just like, bye, bro. Like,
Is this in YouTube?
it's on YouTube and Facebook. It's made like 3 million views already.
Can you send me a link?
I will definitely send you a link.
So yeah, can you talk about that? What is your? I noticed that a little bit on your Instagram. Like you have something with ABS-CBN.
I'm currently under ABS-CBN's multi-channel network. It's called Adobers Studio, and it's like a group for YouTubers basically and content creators where they develop you, they give you the resources that you need in order to create content, and like they link you to a lot of different content creators so that like you can collaborate, you can make friends.
So they
It's like a
fund these
community.
things also.
They don't really fund it. Like, you just get freebies. Like, whenever they come to Cebu and they have like YouTuber meet and greets, like you get to hang out with the top YouTubers and stuff. They'll
But you
have,
you got to
like,
meet all these other YouTubers and then collaborate.
I don't collaborate with YouTubers. I just meet them. I mean,
I know, like that video, yeah.
that wasn't like, they don't really say this is. I wasn't my character. It was basically acting. But
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
kinda. But a lot of the other YouTubers, they do like to collaborate. Like they'll have like challenges and stuff, or they ana about like it's a place na. Let's say if you were a YouTuber and I was a YouTuber, I'd be like, hey Carlo, let's make a video. You're from Manila. You have a good following. Let's boost my channel. Let's collaborate, and then eventually that happens. But I've hung out with a lot of the YouTubers from Manila, like the big ones, but I've never collaborated with them. Just cause like I don't know what I would do.
Oh yeah.
Like,
No, but like this thing with ABS-CBN, so that you made a video with them.
Yeah.
So they got you as an actor.
Yeah. Basically, I was acting because they have their own like little like series. It's a mini series. It's like broken poetry or spoken word.
Okay.
Ting ana siya. So someone's saying the poem, and then we're basically reenacting it. But there weren't any speaking lines and stuff like that. So that was my role. There was a little spillover. That video made 3 million. I probably made like 20 subscribers from it.
Oh.
Spillover gamay. I'm like lucky to have it. Like nonetheless, it was a very fun experience.
So that only happened once?
That only happened once. And then, I did another episode. It's like a Dear Adobers where they just ask questions and stuff like, what would you do? Like, people would send in their problems and then we'd have to answer it. And that was the video where people didn't like me because I was talking in English. They're like, no konyo is allowed.
I like in the comments?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
the comments section.
you should hear me speak in Tagalog. Then you'll say, okay.
No, my
you can
Tagalog
speak
is
in
really
English.
bad also. Like I spent like my college life in Manila and I just hung out with Cebuanos.
My stepdad is actually from Manila, and I learned how to speak Tagalog because I thought everyone in Cebu spoke Tagalog. Apparently, no one really does.
No, yeah, nobody
Like,
speaks
nobody
Tagalog
really
here.
speaks it, but I know how to
Well,
speak
that's changing
it.
though, because Cebu's becoming more of a hub.
Yeah. So, but I know
But,
how to
like,
speak it. It
still
just
wala.
doesn't sound very good. Murag.
No, ako, I don't know how to speak it. It doesn't sound good, and I also don't know what I'm saying.
That's very fun.
No, it's not.
I would like to hear this one day.
Sure, I guess.
So yeah, that's what I do with ABS. It's basically like their multi-channel network. So
But that's not like a regular thing. That only happens every now and then.
I mean, I am under contract with them. My content is under them. I talk to my manager every so often. Like she checks up on my channel, how I am in terms of creating content. But it's not like a constant like I'm not an artista or anything. Where they're like, we need you to make whatever. They really develop the ones who are doing really well right now. Like there are a lot of Manila and Cebuano YouTubers who do very well. So they develop them. They fly them out and like have meet and greets and stuff. I'm just like, if this is like the top, I'm like at the bottom. I'm just like, hey guys, what's up? I know you. Okay, cool.
So wait, so you have a contract with them. So what does that mean? What does that mean that you have a contract with them?
If so I used to be monetized on YouTube until they changed their standards and they took away my $4, which I loved very much. They took it away.
Why?
But they changed the standards. Like you have to have like 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours watch time and stuff. I had the watch time. I only have like 8. Oh, now like 920 subscribers and stuff.
Oh, ba?
Oh, they changed it very recently.
Oh, I should check that.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
So I'm not monetized anymore. But the moment I do make like 1,000 subscribers, then I can like get my $4 back. Who the hell is he chatting with? Anyways, it's so loud. I'm sorry, but like, but when you call this, so I'm not monetized anymore. But if I were to be monetized again, and then they would take out like 10% out of my earnings, and that would go to them.
ABS-CBN.
Yeah.
But in return, what do you get? What do they give you?
Free music.
ABS?
They give you free music.
Mo ba?
So I never get copyrighted for music. If there's content, like let's say I get workshops and classes. So we have like monthly sessions where they're like, oh, this is how to make better content. This is the new study. So I get updates. So I'm always like learning.
Mo ba? So
yeah.
they help educate also.
Yeah. Which is really good, especially for the younger ones. No, Murag, they just think that, oh, I'm gonna make a video and that's it. They don't really know like how or whatever. So it helps. It helps.
But you also give workshops, diba?
I do give workshops.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
I give different workshops. It depends on the client, but every summer I give a workshop for teenage girls about fashion. So mostly fashion, mostly how to create content online, blogging. I've never given a podcast. I've never given a workshop about podcasting, but a lot of people are a bit interested in that, so we might. I also give workshops for social media for small businesses.
So how do you get these workshops?
People just come up to me and
they ask you if you
Yeah.
can give a workshop.
Yeah, and they're like, what do you want to talk about? Or they're like,
So is this a paid gig?
sometimes it pays, sometimes it's not. It depends.
So you haven't tried like organizing your own workshop?
I've organized a couple.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was only like for a friend. Like she was the one who approached me. She's like, "Do you wanna do it?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Like she
sure."
owned the venue or something.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Yeah, sure." But I got paid for it, but I had to organize it. Okay. I kind of helped like invite people over. Like, hey,
Yeah, but you put it on your website.
yeah.
all
But I've
your
never like
outlets.
just purely organized it like from the ground up.
Imutanan.
Yeah, wala. I don't like. I'm too lazy to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
It's hard. It's hard to organize
Yeah,
something.
I'll just do a podcast. I'll just do Facebook Live, and then that'll be my raw workshop. I don't know.
Yeah. So how is that? We talked about it a little bit. So how's your podcast going? So I mentioned that I find that at least for me, it's like, especially your earlier podcast where you were just by yourself, just
Yeah.
talking to the mic for an hour or two.
I know you guys talked about it on your first episode. I was like, let's listen to it. Like, oh my god, they really are talking about it. This is so
Yeah, and then
amazing.
it's very commendable in a sense that that's hard to do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. It is. It was very hard, and
I know later on you got guests.
yeah. The podcast started because I've always wanted to start a podcast. I like talking manggod. But yeah, I felt like nobody really was reading the vlogs. And then sometimes they're just things that you want to say, like, just freely. And I felt like I was confined with food, fashion, lifestyle. And I'm like, mabugo man ko ani. I need to interact. I need to talk to people. But I didn't want to like actually meet people. I'm just like, let's just talk to people, but not actually have to meet them because I'm so lazy to leave the house. But So I decided to go on Facebook Live. It was just coming out. So I'm like, what can I do with a Facebook Live? And so I started it on my phone, and then I just started talking to people, and then they started liking it.
So this is even before putting it out as a podcast.
Yeah.
Facebook Live
Facebook
pa.
Live. I would experiment with different times, different times. Sorry. Like if I would do it on my laptop or my phone, I was just really trying to like experiment ba. And then it sort of hit me na Sundays at 10 p.m. is the perfect time for me to do it because people are about to go to bed, right? And they're like, wait, nag-live lagi si Issa, let's check it out. And then if it was something that would catch their attention, then they would stay on the whole episode. But if it was a little bit too late for them, they would fall asleep and they're like, oh shit, I missed it. Let's download na lang the audio or let's watch it again at work. And I started doing it alone, and then I sort of ran out of things to talk about.
Yeah, because that's hard to do.
Yeah. I'm like, and then after I was like, okay, let's start having guests over. But then I didn't have the equipment, and I still had to learn everything. So it took a while before we really got the gist of things. Paulo had to learn. I had to get a camera for one. I had to get my camera. I had to get another microphone. We had to learn all the software for it. We had to figure out the lighting because I was doing it live. And even like everything, like we even had a sound engineer come over to check like the bouncing of the sound waves and all that stuff that I don't even understand until now.
So there's no echo in the room.
Yeah, but it still echoes because I can't afford like kanang mga.
Just put like a sofa on the side and maybe something on the corners.
Yeah, we were having a hard time because this apartment doesn't allow you to stick stuff on the walls.
Okay.
Yeah, they might take away our security deposits or like, we need it. We're moving soon. We need it. That'll be like a new crib or I don't know, something like that. So we're like, no, let's not stick anything on the walls. So, and we, like I was saying, I don't know if you caught it online. If you caught it ganina, but we decided to do it live on Facebook.
Oh yeah, no, you always do it.
Yeah,
Isn't that how you always did it in the beginning?
Yeah,
because I don't consume it live. I consume it as a podcast.
Yeah. I had to do mine live because if you just say podcast, people don't know what it is, even until now. And so what I would do was I would record it live on Facebook, download the episode, take out the audio, wouldn't even edit it because I didn't have the time anymore. I'd have to wake up at 8 o'clock the next morning. So,
you release it as is.
Yeah, so I would take out the audio, put in an intro music, outro music, render it, upload it on iTunes, and then I'd go to bed, and then like when I wake up, it's already online and everywhere. And then I put it on the blog, so that if people are on Issa Please, they're like, oh, she has a podcast. Okay, let's check it out. And so I would do that.
So your focus is more on the Facebook Live.
The Facebook, yeah. It's Facebook Live because like that's the only time I can do it. Like Facebook Live, good shot.
Like in terms of getting the word out.
Yeah.
Of it, so the podcast is really just so that in case people want to listen to it later on, there's a way for them to do so.
Yeah. Okay, people don't really. I mean, at least in the Philippines, people really don't know what a podcast is, or there's like a very little amount of people who know what it is. And once I started doing the Facebook Lives, people thought that a Facebook Live is a podcast. And so they would say, I'm going to start making my own podcast. It was a Facebook Live. I'm like, sorry, that's not what a podcast is. Like, and then I would low-key make fun of them. But no. But if they needed help, I would always help them. These are just like people going to sunod-sunod because they saw that it was doing pretty well. And of course I support.
Yeah, it does well on Facebook Live.
On Facebook Live. But my audio, when it goes on iTunes, it goes on iTunes, because I put under Libsyn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to, that's why I did it every Sunday, because I started paying for Libsyn. And it's like, what, 2,000 per month? And yeah.
$15 per month.
How much is that? I'm really bad at math.
I don't know.
No, mine is 2K.
Yeah, you got like
mas taas man, if I'm doing it wrong, you have to.
How long are your episodes?
1 hour. 1 hour, 30 minutes sometimes.
You can get by with $15 per month.
No way.
Yeah. It's when you We'll talk.
You gotta teach me. I've been wasting like more 1,000 pesos more for like a year. Binuang bitaw, you can eh.
Yeah, when you export your audio, just make it slightly, not as pristine.
I've been doing it wrong. Crap. Okay.
Well, we'll look through it after we're done.
Look through it later. So I got that, and then I was thinking, that's why I had to do it every single Sunday. Kim nagbayad naman ko. I'm already paying. Sayang kaya akong kwarta if I don't use it.
Yeah.
Diba? And I'm like, really, like, I can get every single penny out of what I'm spending for.
Of course, yeah.
Of course, diba? So, that's why I started doing it every single Sunday. And then, online, like, it was doing pretty, like, on Facebook Live, it was doing pretty well. But, if I was interviewing a friend or a YouTuber, like a local, like a mini celebrity in Cebu, but if I was doing the episodes on my own and I would talk about like, let's say traveling or growing up, like, oh, we just moved into our new apartment, like adulting is hard, I hate buying gifts on Christmas, I would get a lot of downloads from the States or like from different countries and stuff. If it's about travel, if it's about like,
so there's like a topic.
Yeah, so you can see the difference.
So like your headline has to be good, I guess.
Yeah, it's like hatagbawi or siya ba. It kind of evens everything out. But then I got spill over from Facebook because they're like, oh, I missed the episode. And then they would start listening to the other episodes as well. And then, very luckily, in October, I got an email from, apparently there's International Podcast Day. And then they asked me to be the speaker of that one. And then it just opened up a whole world na there are a lot of podcasters
Yeah, so how did that? Well, yeah, because I'm not that surprised because podcasting is actually huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. If you I was talking to before coming here, I saw my friends.
Yeah.
And then anyway, wait. I'll ask you about the podcasting international podcasting
International Podcast Day.
Yeah. And then anyway, I saw my friends, and then one of them, I got him into podcasting. I was like, "Bye, maybe you like sports? Yeah, boy, this is what I do." And then I listen to so and so.
Yeah.
But in the car, I turn on YouTube. And then I just stream YouTube there. I don't even look at my phone, but it's him talking. Yeah, so I was like, bye. What's his name?
I love your friend's voice though. It's
it's kind of his voice. Gene, I don't know I know you haven't listened to my podcast yet, but if you do, that was you. He was saying that, just before coming here, I asked him, so who's this guy that you listen to? I forgot his name. He's like, search him on this app. See if he has a show. So he got my phone, search. Yeah, it's here. So then he started asking me about podcasts.
Oh.
I was like, bye. You like sports, basketball. Listen to Bill Simmons. So when I saw him in Robinson's, he's like, bye, I started listening to Bill Simmons.
His voice changed.
Oh, sorry, boy. I started listening to Bill Simmons. No, I mean, I haven't listened to your podcast yet, but Bill Simmons, man. I'm like, oh, yeah, I listen to him a lot. So, hopefully I'm getting more people. I don't know how, I forgot why we started talking about that now, but hopefully I got more people to listen to podcasts. But
it's fun, Mangood. I enjoy it. I only really listen to like a couple, but like TigerBelly, who I listen to a lot, I love him. It's like, I got my sister into listening to it. My sister doesn't listen to my podcast, but she'll listen to his. I'm like,
well, yeah, me, I don't take it personally. It's not for everybody. If you don't listen, it's fine.
Yeah,
I do it. It's for me. I do it for me. No, but like especially here in Cebu, if you're listening to this and then are still on the fence of whether to listen to a podcast, if you find yourself stuck in traffic for 2 to 3 hours a day, try listening to a podcast.
Yeah.
That helps a lot.
I know.
That's something to do while you're stuck in traffic.
Because I don't like listening to like the same songs over and over again. And that's what happens when like you're listening to like a radio station and like balik like a tulo na like, oh my god, I've been here forever. This song has played thrice. It's just gonna drive me crazy. So I like listening to podcasts.
That's how I got into podcasts.
Yeah.
Because I just got stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
And I wanted something else to listen to.
Yeah. And I would always listen to Papa Joe. I don't know if you know him.
Which was Papa Joe? He's a DJ.
Yes. He does like advice. Like he would play very little music, but he would listen to people's advice. Binuang, binuang, and I loved him so much. I guess like that was like radio station, but like how I would want like a podcast to be. Like I like funny stuff, Mangun, because every day it's like so intense. Like when you're working, everyone's so intense. I'm like, take a chill pill. Listen to a podcast that's funny. Go get a grip or something. Samok ba? So I like listening to like funny podcasts and stuff.
That's
And
interesting because that's something I don't listen to at all. I don't listen to funny podcasts. I listen to a lot of comedians, but it's this format. It's them talking
oh no,
to
that's how I
another
listen.
person.
That's how his interviews are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so that's how I like it. And yeah, especially if it's someone that or like someone you've heard of, it's like oh, I didn't think that they were like that. Like it makes me like this person a whole lot more. It makes me appreciate what they doing and so. I guess that's why I really like listening to especially TigerBelly's podcast.
Yeah.
So.
Well, going back, so how was your experience? You did a talk in International Podcasting Day.
Yeah, I did that.
You were contacted by the organizers.
Yeah, and so, well, my topic was about how I started a podcast on using Facebook Live, and then everyone else's was like different topics. For the girl after me she was from Africa, and she talked about her campaign against trafficked women, mga ingana, very deep, important stuff, and then mine was like kind of stupid. So I'm like,
well, if you compare it to hers, so you were representing Philippines.
Yeah, I was representing the
interesting.
Philippines. So that was like the first time the Philippines was represented, and it did pretty well. Rabaya, good kay. I would post it on Facebook, so people are like, "Oh, Philippines, na nag-represent." So it did pretty well, but yeah, and then it was good for me because I was just saying I really don't know I don't really know a lot about it, the technical stuff. I just know that I wanted to create something that was entertaining. I like talking, and I just said, I'm just gonna do this and let's figure it out. And then, so after that, I realized I found out that there are actually a lot of other Pinoy podcasters. And then they're just like, oh, you didn't know we existed. We're here. I'm like, oh, cool.
Well, can you name a few?
I don't know their names.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I abandoned names and I haven't listened to them yet. Maybe next time. But they're like, they have a community day, and I'm added to the Facebook group, but I don't really join. I kind of like, I like doing my own thing, manggod.
Yeah.
Hindi ko ganahan nga musawsa with other people nga basin magubot or whatever. I'm just like, I'll learn na lang. If it's someone who I can really trust, then I'll ask. Like, I'll ask you because I know you, but I'm very hesitant when it comes to
you asked me. I know that you asked me before you started with the podcast.
Yeah.
You asked me about it.
Yeah, I did. Because I know you, and I know nga, like, I can trust you, and I like talking to you, so, like, I'm weird like that. I'm very, like, hesitant with people, so, anyways. But, so, I found out they have a community, and then the other podcasters who were listening on that day, they started approaching me. They're like, hey, let me know if you need help and stuff. So, well, they're willing to help, but I haven't really reached out to anyone yet. Okay pa man ko. It's just me the scheduling, and like I'm kind of running out of people to talk to. And then I would want, like, it's really the scheduling. I mean, kapoy na siya ba? It's kapoy to do it every single Sunday.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that is a grind because you're committing to because like the way I'm gonna do this one, and we already started at this point. This might be episode 8 or 9 now, but anyway, the way I'm doing it is I just pre-record everything.
Yeah.
So like you're free on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Great, let's go on a Friday afternoon because like for example, Sunday evening is always spent. Every evening is spent with family or playing basketball.
Yeah.
So I was gonna suggest like you can still do it like you're once a week, but maybe just pre-record.
Yeah, I might, because I was thinking if I don't do it live every Sunday, I might as well have like the supplementary episodes. So I am thinking about that, and
you can still have the live one, but you don't need to do it every
single Sunday.
Yeah,
because it's really like kapoy na gid bitaw siya kay. After Sunday, after that episode, I had at 11, and then I most likely have to entertain my guests until they want to leave. And when they leave, I have to edit the video and then upload it. And then there's just a lot of work that goes into it. So now I'm thinking like, maybe I'll just make like offline so I can like mga people are like, oh, she has an audio version. Sige, let's just listen to that. Ana. So
Or you can just you can record a whole bunch of episodes ahead, and then maybe you can commit to. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just suggesting, but like you could commit to once a month, twice a month, on the Facebook Live.
I will. I'm definitely thinking about it because, it's hard. I was even thinking about like stopping it for a while because I did. During December, it was so hard because it's Christmas, right? And everyone's busy, and especially I was busy, and then I thought I was going to do it again in January, but then we got engaged, and so we had to like start thinking about that, and then I got Hilo and Stitch, so I had to start doing that. It was just like so much. So I had to stop for a while until like I was ready to go back online and do it again. But I didn't think that I was ever I would ever be ready again because until now I'm still really tired. But I miss doing it, Manggod. Like it's been like a part of me. So like I got used to it, so I kind of started missing it. And on Sunday nights when I wasn't doing it, I was really depressed. I'm like, I could have done the podcast tonight. I missed it. It was fun. So, I mean, I guess like I'm just gonna have to figure out a way to make everything work because I really do enjoy it. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, because my attitude really in a way towards everything is what's the easiest way I can do this. Like, you'd be surprised. Like even this podcast, I've received a couple of messages already, and then people will basically complain about the audio.
Really?
You know? Yeah, because
who's complaining? Cebuanos or like?
Yeah, like people. I mean, no. If you're listening to this and one of the people who messaged. No, I'm just saying that this is the feedback I've been getting.
Yeah, and those are like feedback that you can work on, especially.
Yes, definitely.
You need the feedback also, yeah.
No, that's true. But at the same time, I also know that if I have to book a sound engineer, reserve a room, if I put all of these other elements in it, it will, for me anyway, it will make me less likely to do the podcast.
It won't be fun anymore, I think.
Well, it'll still be fun, I think, but just knowing that I need to coordinate so many people all of a sudden.
I guess so, yeah.
Because I could really rent a room.
Yeah.
And then hire somebody to do it properly. But if you're one of those people who sent a message, more noise. You can also complain about that. No, but
I'm so sorry.
No, but like I will likely invest in a better recording setup.
Yeah.
Because this is less than ideal because you will get a lot of the room noise.
Yeah.
But no, this is good because we're in a quiet environment except for that laptop.
I know. Damn laptop. I'm throw it away.
No, because I have recorded a few episodes with creatives who, we meet in a coffee shop. And then you'll hear background noise, like people in the back, or like music
Coffee
sometimes.
for what?
Yeah, I feel bad, but
that's okay though. I mean, it's buildable, Manggod. Those are like I think problems that you can fix.
Mogani, yeah. So eventually, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
But like I said, like I try to make it as simple as possible to start, just so I could get momentum.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I was like, I had like a vision for it, like this room. We got this room. We had to move. I don't know if you were able to record it earlier, but we started in a studio unit, and then once the podcast started picking up, we decided to move downstairs to a 2-bedroom unit. So I had like a room where I could do the podcast. I was doing it at 10 p.m. When Paulo couldn't stay at home because he didn't want to entertain the guests because he's not like a super social person. But he had nowhere to hide. It was a studio unit and you could see the bed right there. So he's like, okay, I'm going to go to a friend's house. And then sometimes it'd be until 12 or 1. He's like, okay, we got to move, or let's just, and he knew that I loved it so much, what I was doing. So he's like, well, you need an office / closet.
Bye. Grabe, you're really supportive. You moved because of a podcast.
Because of a podcast. But then I needed the extra space anyways. Now it's an office. It's a studio. It's where I do the podcast every Sunday. It's where I put all my extra stuff, which
No,
I
it's
was
like your
offering.
work. I know this. It's a workspace.
Yeah, it's really a work.
Which is really good to have because if you're working and you can see your bed, you'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna lay here for the whole day. It's very easy to lose the day.
Yeah, exactly. So we decided to move, and then it's been okay. But my sister's moving in like next month, so all of this is moving to my mom's old house, and so I get a bigger place.
So that's your office.
So that's gonna be my new office, and I have an extra room. I want to get a big table and then have like the legit mic stands and stuff. I don't know where I'm gonna get the money. I'm a little bit ambitious, but Lazada, you can sponsor me. Lazada, all our things at home, all my coffee tables are from you guys, so would like it a lot.
Well, we're already like an hour and 30.
Wow.
No? I mean, time just flew by. But before we end, is there anything that you can say about the current state of? Because we've talked about this article a little bit already. Remember the problem with vloggers, harsh realities of being a blogger.
Yeah.
You're more into the community than I am because you go to the events, you meet these other bloggers / influencers. I
don't like that word.
Yeah, I was gonna say there seems to be some backlash on quote unquote influencer now.
I just think like if you call yourself an influencer, you're kissing your own ass. Like I would never call myself an what is it? Influencer. If someone else, I don't even like it when they say top blogger and stuff like that. Like I have people who like sila mismo like, hi, my name's Issa, I'm top blogger in Cebu. I'm like, why don't you just eat your own shit while you're at it, man? Like, anak isla ba?
Oh yeah, can you talk about that? Like I know that even for a while, like blogger was a bad word. Influencer is a bad word.
I mean, blogger, I think they made fun of it because they're like blogger, and so but not whatever. They would make fun of it. But blogger I have no problem with because I am a blogger. That's what I do. I have a blog. I mean, what else are you gonna call me, diba? Influencer, especially if it comes from you, it's like I influence people. I mean, if you only have like 2 followers, you're already an influencer. If you give someone an idea, if you're giving them information, influencer naman ka. So, mayaya can be an influencer. Don't put yourself up too high, ha? Sorry, I'm going at it. But, like, it's just very annoying. Like, there's just some people nga, like, you just need to, put them back to earth. Because they're, like, just weighing over their head. Just, like, samot na ba? So.
Yeah, so do you meet a lot of people like that? Is there...
There are a lot of them. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, that's why I don't talk to a lot of people at events because I don't really like them. But they know it, so.
Oh.
I mean, I'll say I don't like her, and they're like, why not? I don't like the way she works, so it's okay. I mean, I'm not mean to her. I just don't want to breathe her air. So.
Oh, yeah, maybe off mic. Well, I'm just curious to know who these people
I'll tell you off mic. I got you covered. You can put it in the show notes.
I won't. It will not be in the show notes. No, but I'm curious because in a way it's its own industry also at this point. Like you mentioned when brands contact you, you do have a rate sheet. Mm-hmm. You do have services that you can offer them.
Yeah.
How about in terms of like the number of companies reaching out? What's that like? Or it's almost, you can almost say that it's an industry.
Yeah.
In a way.
I mean, it's nice, but I wouldn't. Is it sakto bang a term? I wouldn't rest on your laurels or whatever. Like basically what I'm trying to say is, it's nice when companies come up to you. It's nice to get paid for it, but it's never gonna be enough, especially if you're starting like me. I've been doing it for a very long time, but it's not my bread and butter. I still really need to have a day job, and I've met young kids, like college students who say, I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up. I'm like, well, that's going to be a lot of poverty and a lot of living in your parents' house until like you're 30.
Yeah, I think even like Casey Neistat released, you know him?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Casey Neistat.
Yeah.
But anyway, like even he released a video that a few days ago, I think it's like even the top YouTubers still have a life of poverty. I think that was like...
Yeah. You cannot say I want to be a YouTuber, or I mean, I'm not saying don't. I'm not killing your dreams or anything, but like I I do get paid by companies, but it's not enough to pay for the bills.
Yeah.
Still, I still need to work because it's not every day you have clients coming in.
It's a nice bonus.
Yeah, it's a nice bonus. I still work my ass off. I organize events if I have to. If it's extra money, I'll organize an event. If someone needs me to host something, if it's like if it's like a good 1,000 for like an hour of my time, sure, why not? That's extra 1,000 because you really cannot depend on blogging for your as your bread and butter because you're gonna get disappointed and you're gonna get hurt. But if you work hard, then maybe in the future. But
And work hard and get lucky also.
yeah, work hard, get lucky, be smart about how you work as well, how you deal with your clients and stuff. But it's a nice hobby that pays. It's a hobby that pays, and that's what I say to a lot of people. So at least if I'm using my time on something that I enjoy, at least I get a little bit something out of it. So it's a nice consolation for what I like to do. So.
Okay, second to the last question before we end. So, what are I know that there are some practices that, because I want this out there also, is there are companies that, they will look at, quote unquote influencers. We need a better word. But anyway, they will look at people
with followers, that's what it is.
Yeah, people with followers, and they think, oh, this person, because thousands of followers, this much engagement, etc. But then they don't realize that sometimes that doesn't matter because it could be, there are certain bad practices.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned in the article, like buying followers.
Yeah.
Are there things that like companies what should companies look for when they're choosing people to work with?
I can't say engagement anymore because you can even fake engagement.
Yeah, you can fake
Yeah,
engagement.
I mean, like, I'll be honest, I am a part of like a couple engagement groups, like where we say, hey, I have a new post. I'd really appreciate if you guys like added a comment or something. And it's because like Instagram is like fucking everything up. Like they keep changing the algorithms. You can't see anything anymore. So we kind of have to hustle a little bit more. But I mean, I don't pay for it, so I'm just like a part of an engagement group. Like, hey, if you have anything to say about my picture, it would be great.
Oh, it's not like a Facebook group and you just
No,
put
it's like
it out
an
there?
Instagram group where like you have like you and your friends. So these are all people that I know, and then we're like, oh, if you guys upload something, because it doesn't come out on your feeds anymore, naman.
Yeah, unless
because they changed the algorithm. Or
they have to
something.
show like engagement.
Yeah,
and it'll come up in the feed.
Yeah, so we're like, me and my friends are like, oh hey, if you have something, so that I know that you uploaded it, because I don't like to turn on my notifications, because like I don't like checking my phone every time it mubag things. I'm like, oh, what is it? Oh, this girl posted mer kapoy ba. So I'd rather have like the Instagram group. So just say, hey guys, I posted something, would like it if you checked it out. If you like, leave a comment or a heart and stuff like that. So that, but I think to answer your question, for brands mostly, it's not, followers are just something that you can buy. Engagement is something that you can impose on people, or like masabot you with friends. But you should really research this person and see if this is someone that you actually like, if you like the content. Because at the end of the day, you want them to make content. So you have to check if you really do like their content. If you think that you can work well with this person, what can you do for them and what can they do for you? Is it going to be
will it also fit the product that they...
Yeah. If it's a fruitful, like, companionship, Okay. You can have someone who has like 1 million followers, but then you can't, like, she just posts pretty pictures and like there's no sense in it, or there's no
like we said kanina, like they just put up a quote.
Yeah, it's just like guwapa lagi ka nid kag pictures but tanawa sa rim quote could you get any dumber? It's just like that, but so just like do your research. I mean, this is
something. That might be the market. Maybe your market is dumb, guapa.
Yeah, maybe matanibaw. Ako kay batikog daw, pero guwapa. I'm like the prettiest, I know it.
So like if brands wanted to work, it's not just looking at the numbers, purely at the numbers is a mistake.
Yeah, I would say you really have to do your research good. Now it's more about content, and people are starting to pick up nga you can buy your followers, you can join groups and get your engagement. It's more like, does this person catch my attention? kani siya nga, like what you said earlier, like you kind of like my posts because they're funny and like my captions are stupid and stuff. So murag kana, I mean it's enough for you to like say nga sana sa kay caption ni Isa no,
Mm.
'di ba? Muraging ana or what is she talking about this time? It's not just like, oh, I know like nice picture. I'm not even gonna read the caption because I know it's gonna piss me off. I'm not in the mood to get pissed off. So basically that. You just have to do your research and know who you're working with because as a company, you're investing in this person. So you need to know where your investments are going. So I guess
Okay.
that's it.
Well, it was a good. Wow, this is probably maybe the second longest podcast I've recorded, but this was a really good. Thank you so much for spending time,
Thank
Isa.
you.
Where can people find you?
I am Issa Please everywhere. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere else, I guess. And on iTunes, I am Issa Talks. So that's ISSAPLEASE or Issa ISSATALKS there. So Issa
Nice.
Please and Issa Talks.
All right.
Thank you.
So I hope you had a good time.
I did. I actually don't know when we started recording.
Oh yeah, no, I do that on purpose in a way because it's nice to get
Get the
uh
raw.
yeah, like if you make like a whole introduction, then it can be kind of tense for a while. So I'd
Yeah.
rather just
Just let it happen.
yeah, just like let it in, and then what I do is I cut most of the beginning part out, and then so
Oh.
it feels like you're sitting in the middle of a conversation. That's what I
That's
like to do.
That's nice. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it now.
Bye, guys.
I hope you enjoyed that conversation with Issa Please. If it inspired you to start a blog, or share more of your life, or create more content online, great. Do it. Send us a message. We always could use really good content creators, for our 032 Merc. Love working with content creators. In fact, we did, I think 2 years ago, we did a shoot with Issa Please. And I'll link to it in the show notes. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe to this podcast. If you enjoyed it, log on to iTunes, give us a 5-star rating. If you didn't enjoy it, what did we do wrong? What was wrong with that podcast? How could we make it better? We're always open to more feedback. Send us a message. You can email. We're on Twitter, 032 Cebu. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're everywhere.
The music from this podcast is Piano March by Audionautics.
And if you enjoyed it, subscribe. If this is your first time listening. Again, I'll see you on Tuesday. I'll see you next Tuesday. I'll see you. Ciao. Bye. Out.